Hello my fellow smug ones, I hope you're all okay. Well yes, you read that right, the BBC's ratings have plummeted. So, let's begin. Okay, this is a report from The Sun and it's in reference to Question Time, which is a political show on the BBC. I'm sure you've heard of it. It says, Question Time has slumped to an all-time ratings low with just 620,000 people tuning in for an episode last month. 620,000 people. That's not very much. I mean, to be honest with you, I reckon that crap new TV programme on Channel 4, Lunch with Steph McGovern, whatever it's called, I reckon that probably has more than that. It marks a worrying slump for the BBC's flagship political show, which pulled in 3.5 million viewers in March. So there's a bit of difference, isn't there? But I think their main problem is their bias. The BBC in general, although they're meant to be impartial, they, in my opinion, are quite biased. And that's not what people pay their TV licence for. People pay TV licence to watch live TV, but also they want impartial programmes, not one side or the other side. And programmes like Question Time have been known to be quite biased. For instance, in the run-up to Brexit, they had one leaver versus 3 or 4 Remainers. And the host, Fiona Bruce, I think she voted Remain as well. So it's not a great look for the BBC, which is probably why people are starting to turn off, really. Host Fiona Bruce, who's 56, not too bad, 56, who earns more than £1 million a year, fronted the Low Point October the 1st edition, which featured Transport Secretary Grant Shapps. Well, I suppose in their defence, the Transport Secretary isn't like the Prime Minister or the Home Secretary or something like that. So I'm not sure what the topics were about that week, but with the Transport Secretary on, I guess it was something to do with the roads. Question Time has barely picked up since, notching up the 700,000 views last Thursday. A TV insider said this is hugely embarrassing for the Beeb and Fiona. And yes, not being funny, but there are quite a lot of YouTubers as well who gets more than 700,000 views. I wouldn't mind being one of them if you want to share this video, hint hint. Question Time is a hugely important show for the BBC, but it seems viewers have tired of listening to politicians, especially after weeks of lockdown and U-turns. Yes, I think quite a lot of us are getting fed up with lockdown. I mean, think about it, this time last year, most of us, or quite a lot of us, were looking forward to leaving the EU. Nowadays, we're looking forward to leaving the house. Not having an audience has also changed the look and feel of the show, and it's possible that some viewers have switched off because they didn't enjoy it. Well, yeah, because you are heavily biased to one side most of the time nowadays, it seems. A biased broadcasting company, the BBC spokesman, referring to Catch Up Online viewers, said Question Time achieved a healthy 1.3 million views when it aired on BBC One in its usual time slot. Yes, but you're talking about Catch Up. People don't watch Catch Up when it's in its usual time slot, do they? They watch it on BBC One. But 1.3 million, well, I suppose added to the 700,000 is just 2 million viewers, or 2 million views, which is just over half of their usual audience. It's probably down to their impartiality, I'm guessing. Although while we're on the subject of BBC impartiality, I just found this story here, which is Nick Robinson. He's apparently one of their political broadcasters. He backs no bias BBC. I'm glad someone does who works for the BBC. I mean, quite a lot of them are quite biased, in my opinion. Veteran broadcaster Nick Robinson has backed BBC boss Tim Davies' threat to sack presenters who breach impartiality rules. Well, yeah, no one should breach impartiality rules. They're at the BBC, they should be impartial. Nick, the host of Today programme on BBC Radio 4, discussed the clampdown with the Director General before it was announced. Oh really? Well, I'm guessing if it was before it was announced, there's a chance they could be quite good friends. So I wonder if he's got any influence on the Director General, or if the Director General will be quite lenient with him. Anyway, the 57-year-old said, I think he was spot on. We all have views, but when you take a BBC job, you leave all that at the door. Yes, at the door, not at Twitter. Anyway, I'm not paid to tell you my opinions. It's simple. If you want to tell people what you think, get another job. Do you know what? That is the most sense I've heard come out of a BBC's presenter's mouth for a very long time. Mr. Davey made the comments in September after becoming the 17th Director General. Oh, okay, so it was him. It wasn't actually Nick Robinson. Although, to be honest with you, he hasn't really done that much since, has he? He's all the talk, he's all the threats, but doesn't seem to be much action just yet, does it? and claim he would ban presenters from Twitter if they could not stick to the guidelines. You can understand why they're a bit annoyed, because I wouldn't like to be banned from Twitter. But if you take a job at an impartial broadcasting place, or meant to be impartial broadcasting place like the BBC, you have to be seen to be impartial. So that's probably what they have to stick with, I'm afraid. He said party political statements are not for people to be making if they are part of an impartial news organisation. 100% correct. When are you going to do something about it? Anyway, what do you think about all this? You can let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, you can let me know by giving the video a like, subscribe to stay updated, and I'll see you in the next one.